Hi, thanks for joining me today. This video is going to focus on our bellies, and especially if we have eaten a little too much. I'm recording this the week before Thanksgiving, which can be a time that we all tend to maybe overindulge a little bit, but this can be used any time that your belly's feeling a little like it needs a little tender loving care. So spinal twists and lateral flexion are very good for digestion. So we're going to do a little bit of that in this video. So have something to sit up on so you have a nice long length in your spine, a firm blanket or cushion to give you the hips a little height. If you have yoga blocks, we'll have one pose that you may want to use something to support yourself. So yoga blocks or a stack of books or even a small stool would be helpful if you would like to have that to use. So we're going to start in our cross-legged seated position. So again, lift your sit bones up onto the edge of something to help give the hips a little height. Find a nice length in your spine, and then just very gently let your hands rest on your belly. So just let the elbows drop down. Think of the collarbones, being wide, and then just very gently let the eyes close. So just take a few breaths, allowing yourself time to land in the space that you are in, and just, again, bring awareness to how you're feeling today. And as you gently breathe in and out of the nose, think of letting the breath deepen. As you draw the breath in through the nose, let the breath drop all the way down into the bottom of the lungs. And then as you exhale, draw the belly towards the spine, maybe even a little light connection of the hands to the belly as you release the breath. But be gentle in your belly. Again, that may be a little too full right now. And then very gently let the eyes open and let your hands come right out to the ends of the knees. Just let the fingertips drape down. And as you inhale, think of letting your belly come forward, lifting the heart and the sternum, and take a nice stretch through the front of the body. And then as you exhale, round the spine, draw the belly in and back slightly, taking a nice C curve in the back of the body. So do that a couple times with your breath, just a seated pelvic tilt. Inhale and exhale. And again, be gentle in your movement if your belly is a little tender. Just inhale and exhale, just getting a little movement here. And then come back to neutral, back to that nice lengthened spine. And then start to circle the ribs here. So as you circle the ribs, think of letting the ribs come forward and then rounding to the back and then to the other side. So just, again, find a movement that feels comfortable for you. It might be a small circle. It might start small and get a little bigger. It might stay small. But again, just be mindful of how you're feeling. Make sure you're breathing. Inhaling and exhaling, and then notice which direction your circle is going, and then take a pause and then go the other direction. And again, just getting a little movement in the torso here. A lot of times what goes along with a little eating too much is a little sitting too much, so just getting a little movement in the body. And then come back again, find that nice length right up through the crown of the head. Bring the fingertips out beside you. Inhale the right arm up and overhead, and then exhale, reach up and over to your left. So a little lateral flexion here. Think of keeping a nice length on both sides of the body. So sometimes in this lateral flexion, we really bend the elbow and we kind of collapse on the underside, but really think of both sides lengthening here. So see if you can maintain that length in the underside. Also, inhale and exhale. And then inhale, come all the way back up, bring the left arm up to meet the right, and then exhale, take a twist to your right. So left fingertips in front and right fingertips behind you. So gentle twist, find your breath here. Inhale and exhale, maybe a little tent of the fingertips front and back to find that nice Lift and lengthen your spine. Inhaling and exhaling. And then as you take your next inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Untwist, float the arms again all the way up and overhead. And then exhale, release the hands down. And then inhale, just the left arm up and reach up and over to the right. So as you take this lateral flexion, second side, again, feel that nice length in both sides of the body. Really breathe and expand into the left side of the ribs. So we're getting that nice opening in the ribs. Inhaling and exhaling. And then as you take your next inhale again, come all the way back up, lift that right arm, float up to meet the left, and then take your twist to the left. So right hand in front and left hand behind you. Again, think gentle twist, and then let the breath move you to where that twist feels appropriate. Inhaling and exhaling. So we're not trying to push ourselves further into the twist with the hands. Let it happen with your breath. Another inhale, think of the spine lengthening. And then as you exhale, slowly untwist, arms again float all the way up and overhead. And then exhale, let the hands release back down. So we're going to come to a table pose, coming to all fours. So whatever you were seated on, just put it out of the way, and let's come to table pose. So spread your fingers wide so your wrists are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath the hips. Find a nice neutral position for the spine. So tip of the tailbone reaching back, crown of the head reaching forward. And then as you inhale, send your sit bones back, lengthen the front of the body. Take the gaze forward and up, letting the belly reach down towards your mat. And then exhale, press into the hands and the feet, round the spine, draw the belly in and up, arching the back up towards the ceiling or sky. So keep that going with the breath. Inhale, sending the sit bones back, nice length and stretch in the front of the body. And then exhale, rounding the spine. So go through a few more here of our cat and cow, flexion and extension. Again, keep that awareness to your breath. So one more after this next exhale, come back to neutral, back to your table pose. And then bringing awareness to the ribs, we're going to circle the ribs. So let the elbows bend, let the chest and the chin dip a little bit down towards the mat. So think of similar movement to what we were doing seated, but we have a little bit more range of motion here. So again, think of a little gentle massage here for the torso, for the belly. So move how it feels good for you. So nice and slow and gentle, syncing with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. And then again, notice the direction that you are circling. Take a pause and then circle the opposite direction. Again, nice and slow and gentle. And then coming back to neutral, back to your table pose. Bring your hands in front of your shoulders, press into the fingertips, base of the knuckles, curl the toes under, lift the knees a couple inches off the mat, send your sit bones up and back. Come to a bent knee, downward facing dog, and then slowly pedal through the feet. So press down through one heel and the opposite heel. We won't be here long, not too upside down for our bellies, but just a little movement in the legs. And then coming to stillness, release the knees down, uncurl the toes, step the right leg forward, coming to your lunge. So right heel underneath the knee. This is where you can use your block or stack of books or your stool if you want, letting that left hand come to the block. Inhale, reach the right arm up and overhead. Take a gentle twist. Inhale and exhale. Another breath, inhale and exhale. And then gently release that right hand back down. Again, moving the block off to the side. Bring the right leg back beside the left. Exhale, round the spine, fold back to a child pose. Take a breath or two here. Breathing into the back of the body. Inhale and exhale. And then pressing into the hands, inhale, come back up to your table pose. Step that left leg forward into your lunge. So again, left heel under the knee, maybe using that support underneath that right wrist if you'd like. Press into the top of that back foot, left hip is drawing back, and then reach that left arm, up and overhead, finding that nice twist here. Inhale and exhale. Again, keep that breath going. Inhaling and exhale. And then gently release that left hand back down. Again, moving your prop out of the way. Come back again to that table pose. Exhale, round the spine. Once again, fold back to that child pose just for a breath this time. Inhale and exhale. And then pressing into the hands, inhale, come up to your table pose. Crisscross the feet at the ankles or just swing the feet off to one side. Come back onto your seat. Make your way to the front of your mat. So feet hip distance apart. Hands behind the thighs. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, slowly lower yourself all the way down onto your back. Once you come down onto your back, just keep the knees bent, feet to the floor. Hands resting down by your side, palms facing up. And just feel for a moment the connection that your body's making with the earth, the heaviness of the head, the shoulders, the hips, the soles of the feet. And then very gently draw the right knee in towards the chest, interlace the fingers below the right knee, hugging that knee in, and then gently extend the left leg all the way out on the mat. The foot is flexed, toes pointing up. So just hugging that right knee in, giving a little pressure here to the internal organs, the ascending colon on the right side of the body. Inhale and exhale. If you'd like, as you take your next inhale, the spine lengthen. As you exhale, maybe draw the nose up towards the knee. If you'd like, you can just keep the gaze or the head down if that feels better for you. And then gently let that head again release back down. Another breath here. Inhale and exhale. And then bending the left knee once again, bring the left foot back to the mat, bring the right foot back to the mat, and then draw the left knee in towards the chest, interlace the fingers below the left knee, slide the right leg out on the mat. So now working left side of the body, the descending colon. Inhale and exhale, keep that breath. And again, if you'd like, think of the spine lengthening with your inhale. And as you exhale, draw the nose up towards the knee. If that does not feel good for you, then keep the head down, take a breath. And if you've lifted the head, go ahead and lower the head back down. Get another couple breaths here. And then bend the right knee once again, bring that left leg back down. Then walk the feet towards the outside edges of the mat, heels on the mat, toes a little to the outside. Arms, actually, let's just let hands rest on the lower belly. And then just let the knees drop over to one side. It doesn't matter where they land. And then bring them back up to center and then drop them to the other side. So just a little windshield wiper of the legs side to side. And then coming back to center, walk the feet back in underneath the knees, and then picking the feet up off the mat, take hold of the tops of the knees with the hands. The arms are straight, supporting the weight of the legs. And then as you exhale, draw the knees in towards the chest, hug both knees in. Inhale and exhale. And then gently release one leg down and the other leg down, and then slide the legs all the way out, just letting the legs relax. And once again, just let the hands rest lightly on the belly, close the eyes. Focus on your breath, notice how you feel. And so another breath or two here. If you have time to stay in Shavasana, this relaxation, for 5 or 10 minutes, then you can just pause the video and continue in this lovely relaxation, which is highly recommended. If you do need to get about your day, then very gently draw the knees in towards the chest. Once again, give a little squeeze and then gently roll over to one side and make your way up to a seated position. Maybe the eyes stay closed for another moment or two, focusing again on your breath. And then very gently let the eyes open, soft focus with the eyes. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope this video helps you. Again, I'm making this around the Thanksgiving holiday time when we all enjoy lots of lovely food. But anytime that you are feeling a little digestive turmoil, this can be a helpful video. Again, opening the sides of the body and some twisting poses are very beneficial for digestion. So thanks again for joining me today. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe to my channel, and check out Grey Horse Yoga and all of my offerings in the comment section below. I hope to see you sometime soon in the saddle or on the mat. Bye-bye.